The pattern of the day at National Trail Raceway near Columbus, Ohio, thunder and lightning, as three separate storm systems have moved through the area since we shut off racing about 2 hours ago. For Fuzz Miller and Billy Meyer, it has been get ready, then shut it off and wait. That's right, 3 times they came to the starting line and were forced to shut it off. The spectators finding other things to do. NHRA officials headed by competition director Steve Gibbs, utilizing a helicopter and a jet track dryer to get the track ready. Now it's race time. Billy Meyer and Fuzz Miller have got them lit one more time, and they're going to try it this time. The storm seemed to have moved out of the area, and hopefully the racing can continue for some period of time. Crew Chief Bernie Lewis talking with Fuzz Miller, making sure everything's okay. For Billy Meyer, the professional racer from Waco, Texas, a lot of racetracks have come and gone since he started in this sport at the age of 16. These two cars, both from Texas, marking part of the new nitro power that has come to dominate in Top Fuel and funny car racing. And Fuzz Miller with a big upset over Billy Meyer. The time only 6.40 seconds. Not that good, but already NHRA crew has got 2 more cars lit on the starting line, and Trip Shoemake and Craig Epperly will be the next pair of cars down the track. Driving the car in the near lane is Craig Epperly, a 24-year-old rookie out of Downey, California, matched up against the old veteran Trip Shoemake. Driving for Johnny Loper out of Phoenix, Arizona, Shoemake, winner of the most recent Southern Nationals down in Atlanta. Steve Evans has had a chance to catch up with Fuzz Miller and ask him about that upset.
Well, in 3 seasons of trying, Fuzz Miller has finally got his 2nd win light in national event competition, but boy, there's a lot of oil, Fuzz.
All it is, there's a blown gasket, should be no problem.
Tell me about the race with Billy Meyer.
Well, I never saw him till the end, just let off the light. One, and then the oil popped out.
Both cars in the 640s. We expected a little better than that, really.
Well, we were too, but the humidity's been changing along with the air density, and it's been going up and down, and we've been in the car, it rains on you, you get back out. You make so many changes, it's just hard to adjust.
Craig Epperly in the near lane. You see the fiberglass body just rocking from the some 2,000 horsepower. The same for Trip Shoemake in the far lane. And look at Epperly go off the starting line. Trip Shoemake is trying to catch him, but he has got about a 3-car length lead at the finish line. 6.27 seconds for Epperly. His speed over 224 miles an hour. And you can see right off the starting line, it didn't take long for Epperly to establish his dominance in defeating Trip Shoemake.
Craig Epperly down here packing up his helmet, a new face to our Diamond P cameras. Your first ever win light in national event competition. You got to be thrilled.
I was plenty ready for it. You just didn't know what was going to happen out there, you know. You just take a chance, right? You go up there with whatever you think's going to work. That's it.
Who left first off the starting line? Could you tell?
I never did see him, so I don't know.
That's the ones you like when you never see him.
Right.
A very happy Craig Epperly. Meanwhile, back at the starting line, the famed Blue Max, the defending champion, getting started by crewman Fred Miller. Raymond Beadle, the driver, nodding his head, saying, okay, let's go. Bring the body down. The fiberglass replica body dropping down over that some 2,000 horsepower engine as Raymond Beadle gets ready to defend his Spring Nationals title. He is also the reigning world champion. He'll be racing a former Spring Nationals champ back in 1977. Bob Pickett won all the marbles in Funny Car Eliminator. But this is 1981, and things are a little bit different as Raymond Beadle, one of the dominant forces in funny car racing today. And up in smoke goes Bob Pickett. He heads towards the guardrail as Raymond Beadle streaks to the finish line and wins the race. Bob Pickett, he's okay, but he lost control for a moment as Ray Beadle at 6.20 seconds moves to round number 2. We see here Bob Pickett leaving the starting line. Everything's okay. Then a little tire shake. They lose traction. He heads to the guardrail, but brings it under control.
Raymond, you've been sitting around so much, a week's delay, several delays today. It just keeps raining. Does that bother even a veteran like you? I mean, just get a little edgy?
Well, yeah, we lose a lot of the momentum. You know, we was all ready and qualifying. Everyone was fired up, so naturally you lose a little bit of it when you had to wait a week. Then we got ready today. You get pumped up, then down, up and down. It rained so much and dry, you know, couldn't keep up with it.
Spring Nationals race officials not about ready to waste any dry track time as they've got the next pair of cars, which moves us into the 2nd round of Top Fuel Eliminator, ready to go. The reigning national champion, Terry Kapp, checking with his crewman, looking over his competition. Mark Oswald driving the Oswald, Thomas, and Cattleman entry. got a big break in round number 1 as he defeated the low qualifier. For Terry Kapp, he had the second quickest elapsed time in the first round of competition. Marks him as a big favorite moving here into round number 2. As they come into the staging beams, you see the wing on the front of Kapp's car designed to help it cut through the air just a little bit quicker. As he leaves the starting line, his wheels in the air, and they're close. What a race. Terry Kapp pulls it out at the finish line, 5.98 seconds. His speed, 238 miles an hour. For Mark Oswald, a very close 6.02 at a speed of over 239 miles an hour. But Terry Kapp now with back-to-back 5.98 seconds elapsed times. As he moves into the semis, he's going to be a tough one to beat.
Terry Kapp, another 5 here in round 2. A 5.92 round 1, now a 5.98, the engine dry. You appear to really have it together.
We've got her pretty well handled, or I hope. You know, the only thing that happens is the weight. Sometimes you forget what you're supposed to do, but I think I remembered okay. It worked out okay.
You have to retrain, you have to rain out?
Yeah, we're Canadians. We've got to retrain us every once in a while.
Here's your crew. We'll let you go. Terry Kapp looks to be awfully tough here at the Spring Nationals.
Steve, in addition to being a great drag racer, quite a funny man in his own right, Terry Kapp. Here is the reigning world champion, Shirley Muldowney, against David Pace, driving for the Carroll brothers. And Bones and Kurt Carroll have got one of the best entries they have ever put together in some 20 years of drag racing out of Dallas, Texas. But they'll need every bit of it to beat the lady, Shirley Muldowney. What a start, and David Pace smokes the tires, but he stays in it. He doesn't even lift out of it. David Pace upsetting Shirley Muldowney, 5.92 seconds, over 247 miles an hour. As we watch again, you see there's no difference as they leave the starting line, and then the tires begin to smoke. David Pace drifts out of that straight track, but he doesn't lift out of it at all. He keeps on going, and David Pace wins it.
Shirley Muldowney and her crew congratulating David Pace. Certainly, Shirley has no shame with a 5.98, but 247 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's a pretty short track, but I knew we had to take her all the way or she'd get by us. You know, there's no stopping her.
Anytime you can beat Wonder Woman, you've done something.
Yeah.
All right, tell me about the race. Did you see Shirley all the way down the racetrack? Where did you pass her?
I had some trouble about halfway down. The car went sideways to one side and back to the other and got a little loose, and she was right beside me all the way. I hit my manual high speed and the motor picked up and it just moved on her.
Boy, I tell you, we love drag races where neither driver knows who won when they got down here. He says we love that kind too.
Shirley Muldowney, the defending champion, now out of competition. Our next pair, Johnny Abbott in the near lane, Butch Osmond driving for Jim and Allison Lee. This is a brand new car this season for the Lees. They retired this semi-streamliner they had last year, acquired Butch Osmond, who hails from Leavittsburg, Ohio, as their driver. The Lees based in the Plains, Virginia. For Johnny Abbott, he's a 15-year veteran of this sport. He said earlier he's never won an NHRA national title, and that is his main goal at the moment. Utilizing the motorcycle-type racing spoke wheels on the front of both these dragsters, they move very carefully into those light beams stretched across both sides of the track. Those are the staging lights indicating when they are ready to go. At that point, the switch is thrown and the tree goes green. Osmond out with a hole shot, but here comes Abbott. Oh, it's anybody's race. At the finish, Butch Osmond wins it, 6.07 seconds. His speed, 231 miles an hour, and just a little bit of an advantage off the starting line pays off as Johnny Abbott ran a quicker elapsed time at 6.03 seconds. Remember, each lane of this track is a separate racetrack as far as clocks and everything go to itself. So Butch Osmond wins it over Johnny Abbott.
Butch Osmond, in his first year in Top Fuel Racing, picks up a win light over Johnny Abbott. And Dave, we've got another situation where neither driver knew who won when they arrived down here. This is the kind of drag racing you just dream about. You didn't know.
No, I didn't know at all. I carried the front wheels when I left the starting line, and I didn't see him till coming in the lights, and I didn't know who won.
You take a chance and just flat-footed even with the front wheels out the ground?
Just held on for dear life. That's the way it is, trying to make some money.
Well, you love this Top Fuel Racing, don't you?
It's neat. It's neat.
Okay, we'll let you go.
Butch Osmond formerly driving his own car in alcohol dragster competition, now at the wheel of the Lees machine. This is Gary Beck, trying to get back on the winner's trail. He won this race way back in 1975 and would like nothing better than a repeat here in 1981. He's racing against a former competition eliminator racer who also came up through the ranks. First in competition, then alcohol dragster, now with one of the top quality machines in the sport, Jim Head from Sunbury, Ohio. Gary Beck driving for Larry Minor, based out of El Toro, California, has been in a bit of a slump. Let's see if he can overcome it here against Jim Head. Head beginning to drift towards the center line. He has to lift out of it, and Gary Beck is not headed at the finish at all. 6.09, 213 miles an hour. Back in Shirley Muldowney pit area, Steve Evans has a chance to talk with the defending champion.
Even in defeat, this lady can smile, and well, she should. She's won 4 out of the last 5 national events she's entered. Been a long time, as your chief mechanic pointed out, since you've been outrun like that, though.
It's been a long time, at least a couple seasons since someone's actually drove around me.
He drove around you? You were ahead all the way down?
I was ahead until about, I'd say about 20 feet before the first ET light, and then I watched him. I couldn't believe what was happening. And it was probably the greatest drag race I've ever had.
I could tell down there both of you were just elated. Your crew was as happy as if they'd won because they were in such a good drag race, and there's no excuses in a deal like that for anybody.
That's right. I didn't make any mistakes, and I don't think we did. The guy just, we think he took a shot at it because he didn't really have anything to lose. So good luck to him, really.
We'll see you on down the road.
That's it. It's another week, another race.
Shirley Muldowney, 2-time Top Fuel World Champion. Great lady.
A former world champion, Gary Beck, packs a chute to head back to the pits as the skies continue to threaten here at the Spring Nationals.